Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Badash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, man. I got a video going into pretty much your 401ks, your Social Security, retirement. You know, pretty much don't. We don't think you ain't nobody gonna be able to retire, man. Don't get too comfortable. All right. This is the book of James, and it's because these devils, they're in huge debt to China, to everyone, to mainly China. And over the years, your 401k, when you've been working your job, it goes up and down or whatever. You know, you might want to have a different account. You know, put some into a different IRA and even then, like the Lord's about to destroy this whole system. As you can see, the dollar's crashing. They're trying to develop something different. They got something going on in the background as far as like some kind of coin, maybe some kind of digital ID, right? Which they're doing over there in but you know, there's going to be a stable coin or something. You know, they already got Bitcoin. They got all types of different coins. But this place is through, dude. This place is through. Let me play this video real quick. Let's get straight to the video first.
Elon Musk is officially the first person with a net worth of $500 billion. That was reported by Forbes. But while Musk's wealth continues to absolutely skyrocket, ordinary Americans are struggling to make ends meet. Now, according to a new Goldman Sachs report, 40% of working Americans are now living paycheck to paycheck. If current trends continue, Goldman Sachs estimates that 55% of Americans will be living paycheck to paycheck by 2033. Another 40% of Americans state that they are not making meaningful progress on saving for retirement, which is completely disastrous because while I'm obviously very supportive of our Social Security program, Social Security is not meant to be the end-all be-all in terms of carrying someone financially after retirement. It's just a small amount of money that's supposed to help supplement retirement savings. And so put together, 80% of Americans are making little to no progress on their retirement savings. And that's already a problem. It's getting worse. And according to Goldman Sachs in their report, the cost of retirement has been increasing 4% per year for the last 25 years. Ooh. So by 2033, the total cost of retirement maybe more than $1.7 million, up from $1.1 million.
You're not going to be able to retire. Look at that. You got to have $1.7 million in order to retire, man. In order to kick up your feet and them to give you a retirement, a good retirement. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's retiring. You're not going to. This place is about to go, man. Like, a war is about to break out in the streets, man. There's no freaking way, man. There is no way. All right? This place has to go down. I keep seeing old ladies, like almost 70 years old ladies, man, like working at the stores. You know, I go to the store, the Kroger or whatever, they sitting back, they still working. Why? This place, it's so unbearable. It's so unbearable, man. This is James 5:1. Go to now, you rich man, weep and howl for your miseries that come upon you. Yeah, because, hey, there's going to be civil war up in the streets, man. This place is about to be destroyed. And then nuclear war is going to happen when the Lord's going to destroy it with thermonuclear warheads for its many enchantments. All right? That's why Revelation chapter 17 They calls it the mother of harlots, the mystery Babylon, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. This is that place. So it says, go to now, you rich men. Yeah, all you wicked elites, you rich ass people here in America. See, the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer. I mean, people are literally like going a week on $5 in their bank account. You know, downloading different apps to try to get some money, trying to, you know, applying for 100 jobs and still ain't getting no calls back. This place is through, man. It says your riches are corrupt and your garments are moth-eaten. Talking about America, the riches are corrupted here. Everybody's in debt. Like, I don't know if it's true, but there's a stat. I think it is true. I forget how it was worded, but it talked about like how every born baby in America not only costs like $10,000 to bring a baby into this world, but every baby's born into debt, that thick clay, right? What was that word? Abagya, I think. Lord willing, somebody correct me in the comment board. But this place is, by its trade, is getting rich off the resources of the earth, man. Rape, rob, and murdering different peoples and stealing their resources. This is Ezekiel 28 and 3, and it says, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no, we're going to have to start at verse 1. It says, Ezekiel 28 and 1, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, and we're just picturing it as being America today, right? Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up. Yeah, America is very proud against the Most High Yahweh. It's a very proud nation. Thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am God. Yeah, through your science, through your different technology, the WEF. I mean, they've clearly said it out their mouths, like, we don't need God anymore. We can make it rain. We can make it thunderstorm. We can do this and we can do that. It says, because thou hast said, I am God, I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not God, though thou set thy heart as the heart of God. And that's this place right here. These people are so proud that they're just floating around, and they're so bold and proud. You know, they got ICE agents zip tying little children, arresting little children, man, with zip ties. It says, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy knowledge, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding. Going back to verse 3, there's no secret, because this place, you know, it's always watching everything. You know, it's got its military bases all over the world, pretty much. Eyes in the skies, like on some, what my brother Dabu 7 say, eyes to the skies. Well, they really do get eyes to the skies everywhere. All right, they're watching every single thing. All right, that's why their bird is the eagle. So there ain't no secret. You know, their science. You know, they're discovering stuff. They're constantly doing experiments, constantly collecting data. They never sleep. All right. It says, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. Yeah. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches. Yeah. So this place is by its traffic going into its trade. Thou hast increased thy riches. But going back to the book of James, what it say? It says, James 5:2, your riches are corrupted. The riches are corrupted. You ain't about to retire. All this stuff is just air, man. Your dollar is just air. It's not really hitting on nothing. These people are struggling out here to the point of overthrow. Like they're about to hit the streets and start burning these government buildings down, man. Wherever the Federal Reserve and all these different places are, they're gonna burn those things down. They're gonna tear you people up, man. They're coming for you. Oh yeah, because they can't take it anymore. They can't take it too much longer, man. Keep you they look into their 401k and they done lost 10,000 here and 15,000 there, and it's like it's supposed to be increasing. They've been in the place for 30, 40 years, but it's not. It's the stock market going up and down. Like it's all a damn trap for the regular people out there that are just regular working people, everyday Americans. So it says your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered. This place is through, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. Yeah, because people are going to show you to your face. Like, look at this. This is fraud. It says you have heaped treasures together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who are reaped down your field. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, meaning all your workers, man, that's doing the work out here for you. Which is of you kept back by fraud. Yeah, do these different, policies, different things, that you write into law, different things that you put inside these contracts. All right. It's all kept back by fraud. Yeah, you're supposed to have a 401k, but they keep taking away, and the taxes are $400. They take $400 out of your check, and you try to go to the app and look on your check stub as to what's this, what's FF this, E dit, ZH1, what are these? Why they take 200 here, 126 here, 400 in here, $87 here. Altogether, it's like $500 out of each check. And you work overtime, and it's going to be $700. It's like, where's all this money going? Where is that stuff going? Where's it going? I don't know. You tell me. You try to find some of those and ask some questions. Hey, you got to ask questions. I don't know what the hell they got going on, but I know they be just taking all types of money every week. It says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, done all your work, which is of you kept back by fraud. Yeah, they kept back from actually having something in this society, for having a chance to be financially free. They're kept back of it, man, on purpose. Crieth, yeah, everybody's mourning. Going back to the scriptures in Isaiah chapter 24, man. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The haughty people do languish. All right, all the mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, everybody's messed up out here, man. It says they crieth, so they're languishing. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Oh, the Lord gonna do something about you, man, because you're greedy. These Edomites, America is so damn greedy, very, very greedy, man. And the Lord about to get you, man. It says, you have lived in pleasure on the earth, yeah, and been wanton. You have nourished your hearts as the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just, and he doeth not resist you. This is the devil, Esau, Edom, the white man, the devil, all right, that the Bible speaks of, man. This is how he do. You need 1.17 million in order to retire. 1.17 million.
In 2023. Now, more than $1.7 million, up from $1.1 million in 2023. Now, other financial milestones are also becoming harder to attain and more expensive. So, take buying a home, for example. In the year 2000, home ownership costs ate up 33% of the median household's post tax income. Today, those same costs make up 51% of the median household's post tax income. In 2002, the average age of a home buyer was 36 years old. Jake, you want to take a stab at the age now?
I do not.
Okay, 56. So again, in 2002, the average age was 36 in terms of owning a home for the first time. Now that age has gone up to 56. I've got a lot more to share with you, but this is just completely disastrous.
Yeah. Meanwhile, our media tells us there's nothing wrong. The stock market's up. Stock market's up. What are you guys complaining about? They said it under Biden, and Biden and the Democrats lost because they kept ignoring the real problems in America because they're like, what do you mean? Everyone we know is rich, and they love that the stock market is up. Oh, it took you 20 extra years to buy a house? That's a lifetime. Between 36 and 56 is when you raise a family. You buy the house at 56, what good does it do you? And by the way, between 36 and 56, you also accumulate wealth in that house. Now you don't accumulate wealth for 2 more decades. So the rich get richer, and the rest of us get poorer. They're crushing the middle class. So yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult to retire. And no one in power cares at all because they don't represent any of us. They represent the richest people in the country. So they're like, why are you guys still complaining? Elon Musk is up to $500 billion. Well, obviously, it must be great times for everyone. And they genuinely, what? Turn on CNBC any day. If the market is up, they're in a circle jerk, and they're going like, yes! Hey, how about real people? Oh, who cares about that? And so that's where we are now.
You're totally right about that. And, I mean, the numbers just keep getting worse. Remember, one of the main reasons why Donald Trump won in the last presidential race, and in fact secured the popular vote, is because what he ran on was economic issues and, yes, immigration and crime as well. But what most Americans were concerned about at the time was the cost of living. And he kept promising that on day one, he's going to do something about inflation. He's going to lower the cost of living. Well, has that happened? Let's take a look. 65% of Americans see themselves as either sometimes or regularly financially squeezed each month. And that's up from 58% in June of last year. The University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index was 21.4% lower in September than a year earlier. It is now lower than at any point during the 2008-2009 recession. And so, look, part of the problem, Jenkins, and you kind of alluded to it, is the metrics that are typically referenced or cited in an effort to make it appear as though our economy is doing really, really well. And if you look at those metrics, it does look like the economy is doing well. But those metrics mostly have to do with how the haves, not the have-nots, are doing well. So let me tell you exactly what I'm referring to. So they'll say that the GDP is rising, that the stock market is hitting new records, and that unemployment is only at 4.3%, which is obviously a deceptive percentage because it doesn't include, I didn't know this until recently. I did an investigative report when it came to unemployment numbers in California, and I found out that the Bureau of Labor Statistics will include individuals who work simply 1 hour a week as employed. So the metric 4.3% does not include those who have given up looking for jobs. They're not counted in at all. And it doesn't even include those who are severely underemployed. They want full-time work, but they can't find it. So a recent Axios piece by Neil Irwin explains why those indicators are not representative of the average American and what he or she goes through. He argues that GDP growth has mostly been fueled by data center and AI investments. And as we know, AI has already essentially effectively gotten rid of jobs, especially in Silicon Valley. Coders are losing their jobs as a result of AI replacing them. Many Americans aren't highly exposed to the stock market, meaning, there are some working class Americans who have, some money invested in the stock market, either through an IRA or a 401k. But in terms of the bulk of investments in the stock market, it overwhelmingly benefits the top 10%. And employers are hiring new workers at the lowest rate in 5 years. That's the reality. That's the reality on the ground. And in a recent piece on Substack, Matt Stoller argues that the American economy is running on inequality rather than working in spite of it. He explains that Americans' wealth is getting more and more tied up in real estate and stocks while wages stagnate. We used to have around 3.5 times our income in aggregate financial assets. Now we have around 6 times that amount. And both consumer and mortgage debt are high, though not nearly as high as they were in the 2008 financial crisis. So that makes Americans' finances extremely precarious. In today's economy, buying a house means having a lot of debt, which brings high fixed payments. So a downturn in the market or a job loss means a family could be in trouble. In the 1950s, housing was cheap. There were no credit card or student loans. Most families paid expenses out of income and had little debt. Fixed expenses were low. So we have financialized our economy, meaning we've encouraged Americans to essentially make ends meet by taking out more and more debt. Housing was cheaper, much cheaper in the 1950s because there was a construction boom. The tract homes that were built in the 1950s led to the mass production of residential real estate, which made it possible for working class Americans to afford a home to buy and raise their families in. That is no longer the case. Cenk, back to you.
Yeah, so back to the first number we talked about. So you need $1.7 million to retire effectively? Who's got $1.7 million? So what, none of us can retire? That's a giant number. That's not like, oh, you know what? If you work your whole life, maybe you could piece together what 400,000, 600,000 because of the 401ks and this, and you were an accountant. 1.7 million? They're asking for a revolution, man. This is totally unsustainable. So,
Khan, it's totally unsustainable. They're asking for a revolution, man. Oh yeah, they're pushing you. Just like a lot of these jobs, they're trying to push you out. They're trying to push you into a place to where you have to react. That's why they got the troops everywhere. See, there's a squeeze on the people, man. All right, they already got the troops in place for, when people start going crazy, man. They're already ready. They're already ready, man. All right, the stock market is crashing, obviously. We're still in a government shutdown. It's about to go down in this place, man. It's about to go down in this place, man. Hey, anyway, with that, man, Lord willing, this message is edifying. Hey, don't plan on retiring here, man. Get your mind on your high bashim Yahushua. That 401k ain't gonna be there too much longer. The scriptures say, it says, put your mind on heavenly things. You know what I'm saying? Colossians chapter 3 and 2, and it says, set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth, man, because this earth is going to pass away. All right? This earth is going to pass away, man. Matthew chapter 24 and 35, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. That's right. So this heaven and this earth going to pass away, but this word ain't going to pass. The Lord said his word shall not return unto him void. So he's destroying this place, man. All right? He's destroying this place. Since I'm here, let's bring this out. Matthew 24 and 37, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And you see everybody, they're just acting like nothing's happening. They're acting like they don't see the signs that are happening around them, man. Okay, this place is pretty much circling the drain, man. All All right, it's circling the drain around every corner, man. Like everything is just deteriorating. You know, your American dream is becoming your American nightmare. There's more homeless children than I've ever seen in my life. Homeless kids, man. All right, people are so bad off, man. This place is through. So set your affections on the things of the heavens. You better get right with the Lord, man. Cause the Lord gonna come as a thief in the night. Like we seeing all these things happening, man, and you know we're all being affected by them. But there's a reason why these things are happening, man. The Lord is punishing Babylon, America. The Lord is tired of this place. He's pissed off, man. All right. It says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Let me get this one real quick. Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth. Yeah, remember, hey, you better remember the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Yeah, people are stressed out. People are, hey, they can't afford nothing. People are, the grinding is ceasing. It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. Yeah, layoffs every other week. People are applying for hundreds of jobs and still ain't getting no call back. Your job right now trying to figure out a way to save money. They're cutting back on overtime. Head to the Shift app, right? Hey, they cutting back on overtime. They really want to get rid of your ass because they don't want to pay you no more checks because they struggling themselves. This place is through, man. All right. And the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the window be darkened. Yeah. They looking out the window and they can just tell it's over with. Like, I can't even find a job. I can't do this, that, and the other. Can't support my family. That's when people are going to start going up in these places, man, these banks or whatever, man. It's going to be a lot of bloodshed over the lack of bread, over the lack of opportunity, because the people are going to be so stressed out and depressed and, filled with that anger. Okay. Okay. And, people who are working these days, they're not able to save anything. You heard the stats, man. You got to have $1.7 million to be able to retire pretty much comfortably. You can probably retire without that much, but but still, man, this place is through. Anyway, with that, all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is verse 4. Let me finish this up. And the doors shall be shut in the streets. Yeah. Ain't nobody working. Ain't nobody doing nothing. The doors be shut in the streets. Ain't nothing going on out there but, people robbing each other, going into each other's houses for the lack of bread, man. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. Yeah, that's all you're going to hear for a while. It says, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Ain't nobody going to be playing no music. See? Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden. Yeah, because, it's going to get bad out here, man. Especially after during certain wars and stuff, because a bunch of these men are going to be sent off to wars, man. All right, World War III is about to happen, but before World War III really pop off, yeah, the fire are going to be often sent out. There's going to be civil war in America. All right, that's coming. A lot of death is coming. Different that military draft is about to happen. They about to send you. They're gonna send you Jakes over you YNs. They're gonna send you over there too. And they're going to stay in the streets. Those ICE troops, the military, they're going to stay in the streets, but they're going to send your ass overseas, man. and it's the World War III is fastly approaching, man. The beginning, we're basically in it right now, and it's just going to intensify. Yeah, there's going to be a military draft, man. That's why the scriptures tell you in the book of Second Esdras, their daughters shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, or having no husbands. Slakia. What does it say? Something like that. Let me grab that real quick. I think it's in Second Esdras. See, the spirit just going. I'm just saying a few scriptures because all those things are about to happen, man. I think I'm in the wrong one. I might be in the wrong one. Yeah, it's down here. Oh, it's in 15. Slakia. Is it in 15? I know it's in here somewhere. When it speak about your daughter shall having no bridegrooms, something about helpers. It's in one of these. I'm gonna have to look it up. But anyway, yeah, it's about to go crazy out here, man. Oh yeah, there it goes. Second Esdras 16. And yeah, this is 22. I'll read from 22 all down. You almost got to read this whole thing. Let's read it. Verse 18, Second Esdras 16 and 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? That's a great evil is coming. It's the beginning of sorrows, man. It says, behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. So why all these people are struggling right now, even us, like, we're feeling that heat too. Okay, but we have that Isaiah 33 and 6. We have the Rakak Dush, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, and we have faith, man. And these people don't have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So they're gonna freak out, man. We're gonna be stable, Lord willing. Our Lord keeps our conscience and our minds right, man. It says, but for all these, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Yeah, you see death going out here and there, and like this happened and this happened. And that one dude a while ago, they had that Tesla that blew up, and the apostle showed it, the elder apostle Tahar. He showed this video, and it was just like, eye opening. That was a scourge for amendment, man. Get right with the Lord, man. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap on earth. They shall think themselves to be in a good case. Even then, so things are cheap right now. You can still go get you some Burger King or McDonald's or whatever you people be, Pretty much you're eating that human meat, pretty much. You're probably eating somebody's, whatever, man. You never know. Like this place is so wicked, man. All right? So, you go get you something cheap, right? Still get something cheap. But little do you know, that's inflation setting in, You go to the real grocery store, you buy 3 things and it's $60, man. You go get some toilet paper, a few things, some eggs and something else, and it's like $50 already. Like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap on earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. Even then shall evils grow up on the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Yeah, great confusion, enchantments every single where, man. Great confusion, all types of things happening. Animals acting weird. They trying to let you know what the business is, man. People are following, asking Grok and all these other things. Like everybody's falling away from being from their wits. Now those tools are great to use to, do certain things, but just picture the future. Like everybody's just going to be asking the internet instead of doing their own research anymore. People are getting dumber and dumber, man. Okay. They taking cursive language out. You can't write in cursive no more. They're You know, it's just everything is what, like the scriptures say in the book of Psalms 85, is that is it? It says all the foundations are out of course. Everything is out of course. You know, they're forcing homosexuality, man with man, woman with woman. You know, a woman can be a man, and a man can be a woman. They're pushing that on the children through the different enchantments and the TV and different shows, and they're pushing all that. You know, they're passing laws to protect all types of pedophilia. Like it's just a hot mess. Everything is a damn haunted house, man. It's just too much, man. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine." Yeah, because people can't afford nothing. It's gonna get real bad out here, man. People are gonna be eating each other. And the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Yeah, why the sword gonna destroy? They gonna come and get you. All right. And who knows? There might be some kind of you know pestilence, like change people. Like it might be like some real life looking zombies out here, man. You just never know. They had it on their website. Never, hey, like the scriptures say, Jacob's trouble, man, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. You know, you gonna act like he got away, and all of a sudden something gonna bite his ass. You know, somebody trying to turn into a cannibal because they ain't ate in forever, and you know they just like human meat now. Now they hunting humans, man. All right, just think about that. That could happen. All right. It says, "And their dead bodies shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall no man be left to till the earth and to sow it. And the jobs is gone. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them?" Right. "The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them down? For in all places shall be desolate of men." Yeah, all places shall be desolate of men, man. Like that movie, Eli, the Book of Eli. He was on the road like that. There's huge spaces in between, like where the people were, and on those roads that he was going, there was all types of setups. People trying to eat him, trying to steal and take his whatever, man. That's how it's about to be in America, man. It says it says there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Right? "The tree shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For in all places shall be desolate of men, so that a man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice. Ooh. For of a city there should be 10 left, and 2 of a field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks." That's right. They're going to be hiding, man. It says, verse 33, "The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine." See, man, things are about to pick up in this place, man. It says, "Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman." So all these things are drawing nigh in this place, man. The baby got to be born. It says, "As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack that come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side," man. Sorrow shall come, and that's all you're seeing every single day. Yeah, there's something going to happen. Okay, the stock market, like I said, like this thing got to crash. All this stuff's got to crash. Your 401ks ain't going to be there. This dollar is about to crash, man. Everything is about to crash. Blackouts, famine, people hungry. Let the water go off for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Then it's going to be, something happen, that can contaminate the water. Then you ain't gonna. Then what you gonna do then? Because you need water. Okay. Something's gonna happen to this place, man. Hey, we gonna praise the Lord when it do. And we're going to thank the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right? Because this place is filthy. Anyway, shalom.